everyone, welcome back to Alleyways, or if it's your first time here, welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video, and if you haven't already, please make sure to join the Alleyways family. Subscribe to my channel, give this video a big thumbs up, and turn on post notifications, not only so you know when I have new content, but also so I can include you in my subscriber shout out. This is my special way of thanking and acknowledging each and every one of you. I'm looking for new subscribers who would love a shout out, so if you would like one, make sure to comment below this video and let me know, and who knows, you could be the next subscriber shout out. So obviously it has been a while since I've posted on YouTube. I want to apologize for being behind schedule. I hope you know you all are always so important to me. You're always a priority. So I'm sorry for getting behind schedule. I also want to explain everything is fine. I actually am behind schedule because I was working on a Lifetime movie for a couple weeks in Miami. I had an incredible time. I can't wait for it to come out and to be able to share it with you all. But that being said, YouTube does take a lot of work every week, and being out of town and working long days every day, I didn't have time, and I didn't produce content ahead of time, so I missed you guys like crazy. I'm sorry, but everything is okay. I had a wonderful time, and now I'm back home and getting back on schedule, so thank you for your support and your patience, and your love. You guys mean the world to me. Okay, all that being said, it is time for a Q&A. So several weeks ago, I posted here on my channel getting you all to submit questions you wanted me to answer, so let's not wait anymore. Let's go ahead and jump right in. So the first question comes from our friend Ludi Rebueno. Ludi said, "Hi Allie, what role or character would you want to play in a movie? What's your top 3? Hoping to see you play a lawyer in a movie." Okay, Ludi, that is a great question. I absolutely love that question. I have not put a ton of thought into what kind of roles I would like to play, which I probably should, because that'd be a great visualizing exercise. I would say I would love to play an attorney. I've never gotten to. I've auditioned for a lot of television roles for attorneys, but haven't gotten to do that yet. I would absolutely love to get to play an attorney. I think that would be so cool. So let's make that one. For 2, I'd love to play a villain. So I don't know why. I think it would be so much fun to get to play a villain. You know, I love Disney, and our Disney villains are incredible. I think that's probably what makes me want to play some kind of villain at some point. And 3, I want to play any role in a Disney film. It could be animated, it could be live action. I mean, the dream, of course, would get to be a live action princess or to voice a Disney princess. That is one of my huge life goals, and I hope it comes true one day. Thank you for asking your question, Ludi. It gets me excited just talking about it. The next question comes from our friend Rodney Medeiros. Hey Rodney! Rodney asked, what actresses and actors would you want to star in a movie with? What kind of movie would it be? And what role would you play? Thanks, Allie. Okay, I love this question also. The actors, I have a lot of actors that I look up to. I would love to get to work with Jennifer Aniston. I just think that she seems so kind, and I think she's had a really incredible career, and I love that she is loved, and I think that's really hard now. I think people can be so negative, but she seems to be pretty unifying, and I think that's because she's so kind and would probably be great to work with. I would love to work with her and maybe play sisters. I think that could be really fun. I love comedy, so I think doing a comedy with her would be really, like, the idea of that gets me really excited. I also love Robert Redford, and he's an incredible actor. He's made a lot of my favorite films, and of course, he directs. I think that it would be incredible to get to work with him. Let me think who else. Of course, everybody dreams about working with the greats, the icons, people like Meryl Streep or Joaquin Phoenix or Daniel Day-Lewis. I think I would be so nervous to work with them, but you never know, it could happen. I'd really love to do everything. I'd love to get to make a really fun buddy comedy with somebody like Jennifer Aniston. A lot of the women that I look up to, I'd love to make just a classic film with Robert Redford and go to Sundance with him and premiere it. And then I'd love to do a great drama with some of those, the all-time greats that I mentioned. You know what I think would be really awesome, that's a big goal of mine as well, is to make a holiday film that becomes a holiday classic. I love the holidays, and I think it would be incredible to get to star in a film that became part of people's family traditions. That's something I've always wanted to do, is to get to make a film like Elf, or Christmas Vacation, or White Christmas, or even something like Christmas with the Cranks. I'd love to be able to be a part of a film that people integrated into their holiday traditions. I think that would be really cool. But there's so many actors that I love and admire and look up to, so it's so hard to pick. Whenever I was 19, on my 19th birthday, I auditioned for a role in The Help, and I actually got a call back. I didn't get the part, but ever since then I've looked at like Octavia Spencer and Viola Davis, and I thought I was so close, and I still would love to work with those ladies as well. Gosh, you can see I get super excited talking about all of this. I love acting. Okay, Mom and I were just talking more about your question around me after, and I agree. We both said I would love to work with Ron Howard. I love Ron Howard, and I think it would be amazing to be directed by him and work with him. All right, next question comes from my friend Stephanie Bloom. Hey Steph. She asks, what are your passion projects right now, and what is my idea for how I plan to impact the world? So YouTube is my passion project. I started YouTube in 2018, and I was just going through a time after Miss USA where I felt like this big goal I had ended, and I needed something to direct all of this energy and things I had learned, and I needed a place to direct that because I was honestly really sad when that was done, and I felt a little directionless. And so I felt like I had people that were starting to follow me and asking me a lot of questions about my experience there, or things I had learned, or just wanting to see kind of behind the scenes of some of my experiences. So I got together with some of my friends, and they came up with the idea of starting a YouTube channel, and I think that, you know, at the time that was exactly what I needed, and is still exactly what I need. YouTube is something that I do completely on my own, concepting videos, reaching out to partners, shooting them, editing them, attending premieres, and it takes a lot of time, but I absolutely love it. And the reason that I'm here is because I love you all, and I just want to build a community here, a community of like-minded, kind people that just want a place to come to find friendship and positivity, and even just an escape. And YouTube is my #1 passion project, and will be, and thank you for being part of it. My plan for how I want to impact the world: I think the best life you can live is when you use your gifts and your blessings to make the world a better place. I think that that is the mission, and that's my big goal. And in my life, the things that I spend most of my time doing, so obviously I have YouTube, and I want to make the world a better place by making this somewhere where people can come to and experience joy and friendship, because I think we need more of that. We need more kindness. So I hope that we're doing that here. With my acting, I try and impact the world by being really careful with the projects that I choose, and choosing films that I can be a part of that are going to inspire people, to make people happy, to give people joy, to maybe spark change. And then as far as, like, I also spend a lot of time obviously doing photo shoots and sharing content on Instagram. And I love fashion and I love styling, and eventually I want to have my own line or collection. So I've been working hard for a long time, and I would love to have a capsule collection with a company. And I want to do that because I feel more confident when I feel dressed well, and I think that self-expression is very transformative, and you can see people come to life when they feel confident in their own skin. And I would love to create a line that allows everyone to experience that. So that's my plan right now, is to continue using the things that I'm passionate about, to build a community and to give back. Obviously, you know, charity is really important to me, and I try to do as much as I can doing good for other people. I think the biggest way that I do that is through networking, connecting my friends to opportunity or people that can help them. And then I'd love to have my own charity one day too, maybe through some of my own collections, start a charity. I really have a heart for children. I have since I was working with children during my year as Miss Tennessee USA. So I never know, you know? You never know what could happen next, but I would love to do something you know, to give back. Okay, so Chanel Lockwood and Alexander Daniel both asked, excuse me, when and why did I start a YouTube channel? I kind of touched on this, but just to elaborate, my year as Miss Tennessee USA was incredible. I had the best time. I spent every single day taking meetings, working out, meeting with sponsors, doing appearances, doing absolutely everything I could to make the most of my time, make the most of my year, and do everything in my power to be Miss USA. And I went to Miss USA and I was in the top 10, and I was heartbroken. I was heartbroken that I didn't make it into the top 5. I was crushed that I wasn't Miss USA, and it was really hard that that was the end of that dream, something that I had woken up, you know, every day working towards and believing in. And I think sometimes when something like that happens, you have all this energy and momentum and you don't know where to place it, and that can just be really difficult. And I had a really hard time after, if I'm just speaking honestly. And I knew I needed a new project. I knew I needed new goals, and I knew for me, I'm a creative person, and creating and doing something new would really help inspire me and just kind of put some excitement back into my life, have some new goals. And I also just wanted a place to connect with all these people that had suddenly followed me after my experience. I didn't want to lose connection with everybody. I wanted to have a place where I could answer questions that I was getting regularly in DMs, and just a place to save memories. You guys know I love traveling, and I started watching a lot of other people like Shay Mitchell having a YouTube channel, and it just really inspired me. And yeah, that was 2018. I can't believe I've been doing YouTube all this time. I can't believe that there's over 5,000 of us, and we're growing every day. So that's why I started YouTube. I'm so grateful. I love you all so much. Thank you for being here. Next question comes from Brittany Becker. Brittany says, if you knew in high school this is where you would be, would you have done anything different? No. If I knew this is where I would be in high school, I would not believe it. I would not. And I don't say that to brag or to try to like pump myself up, because I still have such a long way to go. But lately in life, I've really trying to give myself grace and celebrate small victories. And everybody makes mistakes, but, excuse me, there's a concrete mixer outside. But I'm so grateful for where I am now. I feel so blessed to have the life that I do, to work with the clients I work with, to be growing in my career, and to have you all. I think that if I was in high school and I saw a little snippet of my life now, I wouldn't believe it. I really don't think I would, because a lot of things that I've always dreamed of happening have happened in my life. And, you know, yeah, I can hardly believe it. I'm gonna get emotional. So I hope that doesn't sound too braggy. I don't mean for it to be. I know I have a long way to go, but yes, I'm very, very excited about where life is and where it's going. Mom is here with me, and she just was making a good point. Like, if you're in high school and you're watching this, I'm just gonna tell you, like, life gets so much better. It really does. Sorry, I'm adjusting my camera. Life gets so much better. It's so easy in high school to feel like what happens there is the end of the world, or, you know, that it's really important. And some things, like big things, are gonna happen in high school, but life gets so much better after. And, you know, you're just getting started. You're so young. Your whole life is ahead of you. So enjoy your time there, but just know it does just keep getting better and better and better. And there will come a day that the things that seem so big now become very small. So just keep that in mind. I love you all. Next question comes from my friend Kevin Hegarty. Hey Kev. And Kevin asks, what made you to decide to pursue entertainment law as a career? So when I was studying mass communication and minoring in sports and media at Belmont University, I really wanted to be an on-camera host, particularly for sports. I'm not doing that now. I do a lot of on-camera hosting. Haven't done sports yet, but you never know. I had professors there that really encouraged me to look into going to law school. They said, in media and entertainment, as a freelancer, you're going to be handed a contract on every single gig you go on. There is, you know, so many benefits to having a, you know, a JD, whether it's for your own use or if you wanted to be a legal correspondent or cover anything, you know, crime related. It's very common amongst journalists and mass communication majors to pair a JD with those degrees to be able to more easily get into JD advantaged positions, which is a really big thing now. And I'm so grateful for all my professors that advised me, whether it was, you know, I can still remember Rick Bingston, Dr. Tyner, Stephen Faust, all of them gave me that advice and were so great about helping me apply to law school and follow that. I think I was always a little bit interested in going to law school. I had a neighbor growing up who was an attorney who went to the school that I went to. I wanted to do entertainment specifically because that's what I work in. That is what I know, that's who I know, and that's the easiest way to really get going. I'm not practicing at the moment because film and television are so busy right now, but I hope to get back to practicing one day. It just made the most sense with what I was doing to, you know, to have a legal background. And it's true, every single job I go on, I get handed a new contract, and it feels really great to be able to look over it and negotiate it on my own behalf. It definitely is a really empowering feeling to be able to help myself in that way or help my friends. And I loved going to law school. I made great friends there. What I'm trying to say is I feel very empowered to have that education and that experience. And who knows, maybe I'll be practicing again soon one day. Francie says, if you could only pick one Disney movie to watch for the rest of your life, what would it be and why? Okay, Fran, my choice would be the live action Cinderella from 2015. It's probably hands down my favorite movie of all time. And that's why I would watch it again and again. I think it is visually stunning. The acting is incredible. The story is great. I cry every time I watch that movie, no matter what. And the message is, for me, what I try and live my life by. Seeing that gave me a motto or a mantra, so to speak. Have courage and be kind. I just love it. It would be such a dream to get to work on a film like that, but it's just such a great, it's great. I love the actors, I love the costumes, I love the visuals, I love the score, the message. To me, it's just a perfect film. And now that I've talked about it, I'm probably going to watch it after this. So next question comes from Kate Potter. Hi. I actually just gave her grandpa a shout out earlier in the video because he was one of my advisors in college. So very life-changing. Hey Caitlin. Caitlin asks, what advice would you give for young women? What's your favorite Bible verse? Favorite and least favorite foods? Advice for young women is, well, yeah, have courage and be kind. And I guess what I said earlier is, when you're young, it's so easy to feel like everything feels so big or heavy or stressful. The things that happen at school can really affect you, but know who you are, know that it gets better, know that everything's going to be okay, know that you are loved and special and worthy, and that if you have courage and you're kind to everybody, your life is going to be beautiful. So don't give up. Don't be scared. Make your life beautiful, because you can. And yeah, everything's going to be okay. It's going to be more than okay. It's going to be a beautiful life, and you have the power to make it that way. We are the authors of our own story, and you're going to write a great one. Okay, favorite Bible verse. So I have to say that the experience of filming Remember the Goal and The Perfect Race, this whole series, has been life-changing for me, because it's given me this huge family of people that worked on the films, people that like the films. I can't say enough to all of you who have supported us. And so now, of course, 1031 is my favorite verse, because I have so many people that share it with me every day and share their stories of how 1 Corinthians chapter 10 verse 31 has changed their life. So whether you eat or drink, whatever you do, do all to the glory of God. So that one is special to me, obviously, because of the films and all the stories that I've heard about how us sharing in the films has been life-changing for people. And it's also a great one to live by. I think it kind of plays into what I was talking about earlier, is, when you're focused on things like 1031, all your other problems kind of fall away, and it gives you purpose and meaning and goodness. And so 1031 is definitely my favorite. It's so special to me now. Thank you for asking that. Favorite and least favorite food? Well, I love food. There's not a lot of food I don't like. I grew up in the South, and casseroles are really big here. So my favorite meal is when my mom makes something called stovetop casserole. Now, this is not just mixing stovetop and making the dressing. It is a casserole that incorporates stovetop crumbs into the casserole, and that's probably my favorite meal. That's like, if my mom cooks on my birthday, that's what I ask her to make. If you guys want me to make it on the channel, comment below and let me know. I also really love, I love fried chicken. I love Mexican, like just going out and getting tons of chips and salsa and eating great tacos. I love Italian, and I have a huge sweet tooth. I love anything chocolate and peanut butter, anything chocolate, really, how could you go wrong? Least favorite food. I don't like beets. I would like to get into them because I know they're super healthy. I can try. I'm gonna try. But yeah, I don't like beets. I don't like meatloaf. My mom, I know, makes really great meatloaf, but I don't like meatloaf. What else is there that I don't like, Mom? Meatloaf, beets. I think that's pretty much it. I don't like licorice.
You don't like vegetable beef soup either?
I don't like vegetable beef soup. I don't. But I think that's it. If I think of anything else, I'll have to update the video. But I pretty much love all food besides those things. Oh, I love pickles. I am a huge pickle person. I love pickles and I love chips. I love Doritos. Like when I was little, we had this assignment in school where we had to write, if you could have anything, what would you have? And I said a swimming pool full of Doritos. I think I was in first grade, and now I'm 30 years old and I would still like a swimming pool full of Doritos. All right, next question comes from Allee-Sutton, who asked, how did you know your husband was the one, and how did you pursue a godly relationship with your significant other? How did I know my husband was the one? I think that was something that I could tell rather early on just by a general feeling. And I know I hate saying when you know, you know, but it was a general feeling of just feeling respected, loved. It was different and comfortable and wonderful, and my husband is just so different from really anyone else I had met, and he was so good to me and made me so happy. It made me feel, like I said, so respected and honored and loved and treasured, and our relationship just felt easy. So those are some of the things that really early on made me realize this may be it for me. And then, how do we pursue a godly relationship with your significant other? I think being open about your faith and then practicing your faith together. So going to church together or doing devotionals together. I know that's a little harder now because of COVID, but there's lots of great church podcasts or, you know, volunteering together. Really, yeah, keeping your faith at the center of everything, I think, helps, and finding ways that you can incorporate it into your daily life so you can keep growing together. Thank you for your question. All right, peeps, last question comes from Jillian Tompkins. Jillian asks, what is the best advice you've ever received? Gosh, this is tough because I feel really blessed to be surrounded by great friends, mentors, family members, and I've been the beneficiary of incredible advice. And the first thing that comes to mind, my mom has always quoted Confucius in saying, wherever you go, go with all your heart. And that's really something I do try and live by, is no matter what I'm doing, no matter where I am, no matter who I'm with, I try and bring my heart and who I am there and bring that to the table. And that really is, I think, probably the best advice I've ever received. Recently, I also saw a quote that said, observe everything, absorb what you wish. And I think that that's really solid advice. I think we're so inundated with information and content, and we end up consuming so much and absorb a lot, and I think that's really hard because there's a lot of negativity out there. And so I think being selective with what you choose to absorb and hold as your truth is really important. Also, I should know who this person is and their name, but I'm pulling up, I recently saw this quote from Michaela Coel. I'm so sorry if I pronounced your name incorrectly. Michaela Cole, perhaps. When she accepted her Emmy speech, she said, "In a world that entices us to browse the lives of others, to help us better determine how we feel about ourselves, and in turn feel the need to be constantly visible, for visibility these days seems to somehow equate to success. Do not be afraid to disappear from us for a while, and see what comes to you in the silence." I think that that's also really awesome advice, especially in a world that's so busy and moving all the time. But if I think of a different answer for this, I'll definitely update it. But all those things are things that I've thought a lot about lately and have been really helpful for me. So I hope they're helpful for you too. Thank you for your question. Alright fam, that is it for today's video. I really hope you enjoyed this. I hope it was entertaining or insightful, or I shared maybe something that resonated with you. I apologize if I rambled, but I really had fun. Thank you for caring to submit a question. Thank you for being here, for investing in this community and in me. I love you all so much. I'm so grateful for you. As always, a special thank you to my live chat crew who is here with me. If you're somebody that is looking for kindness, community, and friendship, join our live chat crew. We are here chatting. I premiere Wednesdays, most every Wednesday and Sunday at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, and we would love to have you. Yeah, if you're looking for a shout out, comment below. I can't wait to shout out some more subscribers, but I love you all so much, and I can't wait to see you next time right here on Alleyways. Bye!